Hi, in this video we will see comparison operators, limit, offset and fetch, and in keyword and between keyword. What operator allows us to do? It allows us to perform arithmetic operations, comparison, bitwise and logical operators. So most of the times you are going to be using arithmetic operators and comparison operator. So you still have the bitwise and logical operators, but basically I often don't use those unless I'm doing something very complex. But for the most of the time you are going to be using comparison as well as arithmetic operators. So let's go ahead and learn about comparison. So basically if I go here and say select, and then you can say select one, and now pretty much just type equal and then 1, and if you enter with a semicolon and then press enter, you see that you get this column right here. This is what default Postgre gives you, but don't worry about it this for now. But basically you see that you get this column right here. This is what by default Postgre gives you, but don't worry about this for now. But basically you can see that right here you performed a select 1 equals to 1, and then this has given you true. So this is comparison operator. So it allows us to perform comparison based on certain condition that we want, and then it will either return true or false. So let's go ahead and say 1 equals to 2, and we all know that that is false. So you can see right here it is false. We can also go ahead and say 1 is less than 2, which is true, and we can say 1 is less or equals to 2, which is also true. But if also say 1 is less or equals actually, so let's go ahead and say less than 1, this is false. So you can see right here 1 is not less than 1. By false, to say 1 is less or equals to 1, it is also, so you can flip that sign. So this is the less. So the way that I always remember these is that the less sign has the shape of n. So I for ls. So if we will check whether a number is greater than another, you can simply type the opposite. So greater goes like that, and 1 is greater or equals to 1, it is also true. But 1 is greater or equals to 2, so you can see right here this is false. So you have seen equals, you have seen less or equal and greater or equal. So what about if you want to check whether a number is not equal? So if we could simply say select and then not equal is simply that diamond right here. So 1 is not equal to 2. If I press enter, you can see that this line is true. So let me go ahead and pretty much just type 1. So 1 is not equal to 1, this is actually false. Or 1 is equal to 1, and you can see them using comparison operators or numbers. But you can see also use them on strings, date and pretty much just any data type. So I could go ahead and say select and then Akriti and then not equal to, and then let's simply type lowercase version Akriti, press enter. You can see that this is true, they are not equal. But if I wasn't capitalize the second one, so Akriti, and press enter, you can see that now this is false. And this is how we use comparison operators, and basically you can use these comparison operators to filter down data in where clause. Alright, in this video let's go ahead and learn about limit keyword as well as the offset. So let's say that we simply want to select the very first 10 rows from this table. So what we can do is simply say select the star and then use the limit keyword. So I can say limit and then 10. So basically this can be any value. So what you can see, so basically this can be any value. So what you saying is you want to limit the result returned by this select query right here. So select a star and you simply want to limit by 10 records. If I press enter, so you can see that we have very first 10 people in this table. So I can go ahead and simply say select. So if I click that and then select and then start from person limit and then 5, so you can see that we have only first 5, but we can also offset the actual limit. Let's say that we want to select the very first 5 people after this, right, to here. So to do that you can use the offset keyword. So you can say select and then start from person, offset 5 rows and limit 5. So press on my column and now you can see that we get everyone from 6 up to 10. So I could actually go ahead and remove that limit. So this would pick everyone starting from row 5 or actually row 6 all the way to last one. So if I press enter, you can see that it start from 6 now. Right here is another keyword that allows us to perform same thing as the limit. Limit is not keyword by SQL standard, so it was actually widely used different order database and then it became a thing, but the official way of actually limiting the results coming from a query by using fetch keywords. So we can go ahead and say same thing. So select a star from 10 person. Let's offset this by 5 and then you can say fetch and then the numbers of row. So let's say we want to select the first and then 5 and then row only. If I press semicolon and then run it, and you can see that we get the same thing. So I can go ahead and pretty much just select the first row. So all I need to do is just say first and then one row, or I can simply just remove one. So this is the same thing, and basically this is the same thing as using limiting, but this is SQL standard. Let's say that we want to select everyone from China. So if we have China right here and let's say Brazil and then France, so we could write a SQL like this. So select then start from and in person where and then country of birth equals to China, or in fact let me put this on a new line. So or country of birth equals to France. You can see that we get everyone from China, Brazil, France only. So this is what actually a lot of code just include China, France and Brazil. And you can see that we are duplicating country of birth thrice. One there, another one here and another one there. So we improve on this, we can use in keyword. So in keyword takes an array of values and then returns a query matching those values. So let's go ahead and improve this query with in keyword. Then say select and then start from. So actually put it on this line. So from and in person, and then you can see where of country of birth in, and within parentheses this is where you can pass your values, so China, Brazil, and finally France. And this is the exact same thing that we had up here. So right here, if I press the semicolon and run the command, and you can see that we get everyone from China, France, and Brazil only. So this is makes it easy to add all countries, comma, and let's also include Mexico, and let's also include Portugal, and one more, let's say Nigeria. If I press enter, there we go. You can see that we have China, France, Brazil, Mexico, Portugal, and Nigeria. And this is make this easy. Let's go ahead and remove that and say order, and then by country of birth, and then semicolon, enter. Now we can see that we have Brazil and then China. So there are quite a lots of Chinese in this table, and in France, Mexico right here. Then you can see Nigeria. So only few people from Nigeria and then Portugal. In this video, let's go ahead and use between keyword. So select data from a range. So let's see that we want to find out everyone from that was born between 2002 or 2015, for example. So we could do that using between keyword, and basically it goes like this: select the star from. So if I put this on in your line, and then I need to use where, so where, and then date of, and then birth. And now I am going to use between keyword. So between, so basically I am saying select everyone between. So let's go ahead and say date. So this is a SQL function. So remember date that start with the actual year. So I said 2000, so 01 and 01, and then so this is the actual end. So let me explain this in a second. So 2015 I said 01 and 01. So basically I am saying select everyone from person where the date of birth between these two dates. So that is the start, and then you have to specify, and if I press enter, there we go. Actually we don't have anyone from these two dates, but if you have, you can see that this is how you select a range where you are specifying the start and then end. So in this result right here, you will not find someone which has a date of birth less than 2000 and someone has a date birth bigger than 2015.